Imagine a place where recovery, rest, and wellness all exist under one roof. A South African couple has brought the idea to life with a unique concept that blends healthcare, hospitality, and spa therapy in a single destination. Doctors Anushka Reddy and Mahesh Naidu opened the Vivari Hotel and Spa, a five-star boutique hotel combined with a medical facility designed to support cosmetic and wellness procedures alongside luxury recovery. The concept forms part of a broader vision to grow medical tourism in South Africa, allowing international visitors to undergo treatments while recovering in a private resort-style environment close to major attraction points like the cradle of humankind. It's a bold idea that raises interesting questions about how healthcare, tourism, and wellness could intersect to shape a new kind of industry in South Africa. Dr. Anushka joins us on the line. Dr. Anushka, how are you doing? Happy Tuesday.
So wonderful to be on your show. Thank you so much for having me. I'm all great this morning. Thank you.
I'm
Or
happy
should I
to.
say afternoon?
I'm happy. It is afternoon. I'm happy to hear that.
Yeah.
I have been to Vivari, but I didn't know that there was a medical leg to it. I didn't know that there was a
Right.
hospital offering to this. Tell us about the idea. Why did you think it is ideal to bring a hotel, a spa, and a hospital all under one roof?
So, as you rightfully pointed out, a lot of people, come to Vivari, they see this amazing, beautiful hotel, restaurant,
Yeah.
and they don't really know that there's a hospital. But the whole idea, so my husband and I are both doctors, as you know,
Yeah.
and we saw the gap in the market about 10 years ago when we first bought the property. But then it was just a lodge, dilapidated, run down. And we thought, how do we transform this beautiful location? The location was amazing, and incorporate what we do and what we love into this. And we thought, South Africa is known for its medical care. We have the best infrastructure on the
Yeah.
continent, some of the best doctors. And we said, why don't we, incorporate the two, luxury hospitality, expert medical care, and come up with this concept of allowing people rather to come to South Africa instead of flying off to Europe and the US to have procedures done, especially cosmetic procedures. And that's how it took us 5 years, by the way, to convince the Department of Health to give us a hospital license to build the hospital on the same premises as a hotel. It's never been done. In fact, it's the only property of its kind on the entire continent.
Brilliant concept, Doc, because you can imagine you go to a hospital, you undergo a medical procedure. For the most part, a lot of people have to go to other hotels very far away from where they had the procedure, and it causes a logistical nightmare. So to have a resort-style place where you can just walk into the hotel or resort right at the premises of the medical procedure is absolutely brilliant. And I can't wait to find out what kind of procedures people, approach you for at Vivari, and also what are the plans to grow this brand. Because if it exists in Vivari there by Cradlestone Mall, it needs to exist everywhere else in South Africa. Don't you agree?
100%. I think the problem is that South Africa has not been earmarked as a medical tourist hub. Right now, Turkey is leading the way, and that's because of the tremendous support they get from their government, and Thailand is right behind them. But South Africa, surprisingly, we are actually missing out on a great opportunity to get foreign fiscus into the country, because the government, for some reason, doesn't believe that they should actually be marketing medical tourism. So as you know, you go anywhere in the world, people, when you say South Africa, they know two things. They know Cape Town and they
Yeah.
know the Kruger National Park.
Yeah.
And it's just unfortunate that, we are singing this song all by our lonesome selves, trying to put South Africa on the map as the place to go if you want first world treatments at, reasonable prices. So we're trying very hard. And I think we're not in Cape Town, we're in Johannesburg, and slightly more disadvantageous in that we're not in the hub, we're not in Sandton, we're on the West Rand. But I mean, it does have its advantages. We've got the Cradle of Humankind, the World Heritage Site that's on
Yeah.
our doorstep,
Yeah.
and that tends to attract a lot of foreign people who are very interested in these kind of concepts, combining a bit of a visit to South Africa, beautiful sunny South Africa, with their treatments. And the type of people we don't see sick people. Hey, we see well, healthy people who take very good care of themselves, who are very much into fitness and lifestyle, and they've got, they're hitting maybe their 50s, they're beginning to sag a little bit. Certain areas of the body are just not tightening the way they want it to. That's unfortunately the aging process, and that's where we step in,
Uh,
So we are
yeah.
there just to provide that little nip and tuck.
Oh, I love that. And it helps that we have these kind of conversations and raise awareness so that we can promote that we have more of such facilities around South Africa and increase the medical tourism. It's 21 minutes after 1 p.m. Central African time. We'll continue the conversation right after this.
Get Channel Africa on DSTV Audio Bouquet. Channel 802.
Es-tu préoccupé par quelque chose? Es-tu passionné par les questions qui comptent? As-tu une voix qui mérite d'être entendue? Eh bien, nous avons la plateforme parfaite pour toi. Téléphone-nous ou fais-nous un WhatsApp au +27 66 408 87 42 et nous te rappellerons. Sois dans la conversation.
Salut Channel Africa, ici Beno le diamant rouge et Binal Export depuis le Cameroun, le pays des lions. Voilà.
Sois dans la conversation. Il ne s'agit pas seulement de parler, mais c'est ta chance d'exprimer ton point de vue, de partager tes opinions et de t'engager avec une communauté qui valorise ton avis. Suivez-nous sur les réseaux sociaux, visitez notre site www.channelafrica.co.za et préparez-vous à partager vos points de vue sur Channel Africa, la perspective africaine.
The Upside. On the Upside, your voice matters.
22 minutes after 1 p.m. Central African time, growing the trend of medical tourism in South Africa. 2022, the first of its kind facility at Vivari Hotel and Spa, where you have a hotel, a hospital, and a spa, all under one roof. And it's all thanks to Doctors Anushka Reddy and Dr. Mahesh Naidu. And she's here to tell us a bit more, Dr. Anushka, about the concept and sort of the treatments and offerings that they have on site. Doc, let's talk about those treatments and, procedures, because you'd mentioned that, there are people who come in there in their 50s, skin is sagging a little bit. But I'm guessing that's but one part of the offering that you have there. Talk to us about the procedures that you offer on site.
Right. So we focus mainly on cosmetic surgery, and we've combined it with weight loss surgery as well. We've noticed that a lot of people who come to us often think that plastic surgery or liposuction specifically is a weight loss procedure, but it's not. It's mainly used to sculpt the body. So people who have a high body mass index, that's your weight to height ratio. A normal body mass index is less than 25. Anyone who with a body mass index over 25, we consider them for weight loss procedures. So we offer the weight loss injections, which are extremely popular at the moment. And then we offer the more invasive, balloons, and what we call endoscopic sleeve gastroplasties. Now, those are completely non-surgical, which means that there's no cutting of the body in any way. These are day procedures. You come in, you swallow a balloon. The balloon tricks your body into thinking you're fuller much faster. And in that way, you eat much smaller portions of food, and people lose up to 20 to 25 kilos. The more invasive procedure, the gastroplasty, that's literally reducing your stomach from maybe a pouch to, a little tube. And in that way, you permanently eating small amounts of food. And with that procedure, you can lose up to 30 kilos. So, we always look at what procedure is best for a patient. So people may come in thinking, okay, I need to liposuction 20 kilos of my body, which is just not practical and very unsafe, by the way. But so we look at then pushing them in the right direction, getting the weight off, and then those stubborn pockets of fat that just do not respond to diet alone, that's when the plastic surgeon now steps in and they sort of suck out the fat. And they also, if there's a bit of skin laxity, we have a specific device that we can actually tighten the skin. There's no more cutting. Hey, there's so many great technological advances in medicine that you don't need to cut the body. So there's minimal scarring. And, when there's less cutting, the downtime, the healing process is just much faster. So people can get back to what they were doing in a much shorter period of time. So we have all these very, fancy, nice devices to make the journey, for the patient, I won't say a pleasurable one, but a comfortable one as much as possible.
And no doubt, having the spa and the hotel right there on site helps a great deal in the recovery. Talk to us about that.
Absolutely. So, people often think that, okay, I'm going to have the surgery done and that's it,
Yeah.
that's the end point. But that is far from it. It's just one tiny part of the journey to getting the result you want. The aftercare is just as important as the surgery itself. People who have procedures done need to understand that the treatment doesn't end when the surgery ends. There's a whole aftercare procedure that you need to follow through. Lymphatic drainage massage, which is offered by the spa. So there's lots of complementary treatments that we've included at Vivari, at this Vivari campus, I'd like to call it, which complements the whole patient journey. People who are undergoing these procedures, especially when we are talking about foreign people, they want a one-stop shop. They want to come here. They don't want to jump in a car and go to a different place for lymphatic drainage massage. In addition to lymphatic drainage massage, which is critical, especially in people who are going for body sculpting procedures, to get that sculpted figure with no scarring, no swelling, to have at least 12 treatments in a 3-week period. So they have it done on the property. We also include hyperbaric oxygen therapy, which is amazing. So we put them in a chamber and we blast them with very high doses of oxygen, and that also just speeds up the healing process. We also do a lot of IV infusions, excuse me, selenium and zinc, which speeds up the healing process, reduces infection. So those things, work quite well together.
I am.
Excuse me.
No worries at all. I am hearing quite a bit of and economic benefits, economic opportunities. I'm hearing job creation, because all of this under one roof. You need people who have specialized skills. We have the people at the spa, have the people at the medical facility, have the people at the hotel. So this is the kind of model that would then bolster the medical tourism in South Africa then.
Oh, absolutely. Medical tourism, the last time I checked the numbers, we were sitting at about just over 600 million US dollars, and that was in 2024. So let me tell you, that market is growing exponentially worldwide, and we are not so far behind the trend in South Africa. So I would certainly say that it's just a matter of time, before people realize that, okay, we can have these procedures done, not just in a normal hospital, but, who wants to have a procedure done and lie next to someone who has had a major operation? Like a knee replacement. You want to be in a beautiful environment. You want to be treated like a queen. You want to have lovely food. You want to be spoilt. You want to rest and relax in a hotel-based room, but with the medical backup. You have your own private nurse. You have all the equipment on standby, without you having to leave this. So surprisingly, I must tell you, we're also seeing lots of South Africans who are coming here because they don't want their husbands to take care of them. So they want to rest and they recover here after about a week. Then they go back home to their kids and their husband. So we're seeing that, it's people are understanding that to get the outcome and the best result, they don't want to be under stress and have kids crying and the husbands are sulking. They want to be in a very restful environment that allows also the healing process to occur at an optimum pace.
Amazing. Dr. Reddy, how can we get in touch with Vivari? Do you have a website and also perhaps social media platforms where we can see all your offerings?
Yes. So we have, it's Vivari Hotel, and Vivari Aesthetics and Vivari Spa. So it's very easy. So on Instagram, we are quite active, and the website as well. If you Google, I'm sure we'll be top of the page.
Amazing. Doc, thank you so much for your time. A brilliant concept that you have. And we hope, like I said earlier, that it doesn't just end there in the West Rand, but we have such facilities all around South Africa and indeed Africa. And you guys should be spearheading it. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, there we go. I think we just lost her there for a second. But the voice of Dr. Anushka Reddy, medical doctor and founder of Vivari Hotel and Spa. If you didn't know, I've been to Vivari before, but I didn't know that they had the medical leg. They've got the hotel, they've got the spa, and they also have the hospital, the medical facility. I didn't know this. Well, now I do. Go onto their website, book your treatment, book your stay. Go check them out. Vivari Hotel and Spa.